Welcome to another episode of Film Buff Bros. And in this episode, we're going to be comparing the original Suspiria to the remake.
Hello.
All right, I don't have many notes for Suspiria. Stunning, beautiful set design, really cool, unique scoring, colorful and unique lighting, graceful and picturesque camera framing, movement and angles. Fairly slow pace and kind of uncaptivating pace. It's not one of Dario Argento's best films as far as story and delivery of story, but maybe his best as far as cinematography. Yeah, I wrote it doesn't have a high degree of watchability. It's rewatchable, but not a super high degree of watchability. I can watch American Psycho or Jaws or Aliens every day. I couldn't watch Suspiria every day, but I like it and highly recommend it.
Okay. First thing that stands out to me opening is the opening credits, and there's 3 different pieces of music in the score. There's like a drum violin piece, bells, like tom drums, and then like these loud, aggressive sort of tribal drums. Like music pulls me in right away. The narration voiceover, that deep voice, like once upon a time, like setting a fairy tale. There's like these chimes going off. It's just the lighting, the colors, the point of view shots, the rain and the thunder and the wind. They're like a character, just like the school is like a character when they roll up to the school. It's like ominous. It shows there's a director in charge of the camera in this film. Like you said, visually, this is his language he's speaking here. Goblin's score is just fantastic. It has mood, and the choices seem very like decisive. And I love the gothic part of it. It almost has like a Jodorowsky feel to it with the production design, but also Lynch and like Kubrick's The Shining. Like it feels like a menacing place when they get into there. But it also feels like Rosemary's Baby, where they put her on this strict diet with the doctor and all this. So there's so much like beautiful stuff in this movie. Humor is there a little bit. It's more making fun of itself, not taking itself too seriously. I don't know. I mean, to me, there's just so many, the editing, the transitions, the pacing, the jarring cuts. It's very much an occult film, like a propaganda occult film. And the last scene is ridiculous, but I love this trying to solve a mystery, counting the footsteps. And the scene in the gym I felt was really effective too, where with the shadows in the background and she's sleeping right behind us and all this. So yeah, Suspiria, rewatchable. I would say for me, there's a lot for me to notice in the film. I'd say it's somewhat rewatchable for me. I'd say it's probably between a 3 and a 4 out of 5. Yeah. So,
but it's like a must see once at least.
Yeah, definitely once. The first time I saw it, I was blown away. Yeah.
So the remake, not suspenseful at all, whereas the original one was. I mean, there's mystery in it, but there's no suspense. I found, unless you saw the original and you're kind of expecting something to happen. But yeah, the suspense is not delivered very well. Dark and drab lighting and set design, especially compared to the original. Painfully slow pacing, erratic and extremely excessively odd and awkward mood and ambience. Feels like the unsuccessful, aborted 21st century non-binary love child of Alejandro Jodorowsky and Rainer Werner Fassbinder. Which is not bad if you're into that sort of thing, because it's clearly like an art piece. It's a film much more suited to be viewed while microdosing on psilocybin mushrooms during the morning than drinking at night. It's way too long. Both films have really good sets, performances, and cinematography.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of your points there. Dull color, no music almost. Like the editing was so over edited, so choppy and over edited, this film. And it's an art piece. It's so artsy. It's super like self-indulgent and like emo, manic depressive. It almost feels like an Amish music video with with Radiohead and Tom York on it. It's like an Amish music video. Gray, dreary. I know it's Europe post war or 70s, and But yeah, it's not at all what the original film was. They went way too far off the beaten path with it. It's just the cuts are just inappropriately abrupt. There's a lot of dancing. I think if you're a fan of dancing, you'll like this movie. If you're a fan of Suspiria, probably not so much. Yeah, it has like a good feel to it at certain points, but it's just an ugly film. It takes itself so serious. The contortion scene there was like sort of effective makeup. I could say that. And the set design is all right, but the dance studio or the dance building school doesn't feel threatening. It doesn't feel like a menacing place. Like The Shining and the original Suspiria and movies like this, they make it seem like a menacing thing. This doesn't do it. It just seems like a real sterile building. Yeah, it was hard to get through. Like, this one is just like, I was waiting for this one to end. It's 2.5 hours long. I was just waiting for it to end. Whereas Suspiria, it's like, I was like, oh my God, a movie's already done. And I'm still like, it's hard to turn off the original. This one, I wanted to turn it off the whole time. So definitely don't recommend this one. Again, I give this maybe a 1 or a 2 out of 5.
I'm just going to quickly say, 100% agree with you, by the way, but I'm just going to quickly say, if you want to watch an artsy movie about witches, watch The Witch from 2015. Yeah. This movie, yeah, way too long. Like you said, self-indulgent. However, if you're a dancer, if you're a ballet dancer, I don't think if you're a hip hop dancer, you're going to want to watch this movie, but if you're a freestyle or ballet dancer, this movie might be captivating for you, but certainly not for the average horror film.
No, and just, as far as a remake goes, like I appreciate they wanted to go risky, take a totally different approach to it. Unfortunately, I think it failed.
Big time, I agree. All right, there's another episode of Film Buff Bros. Click down below to subscribe and like, and leave a comment, please. And then click above right here to check all of our awesome videos via this playlist.
Thank you for watching.
All right.